Okay.
So Forbes actually did an article called "Fortnite World Cup by the Numbers." So they break down a bunch of numbers here that I'll just go through, and feel free to throw in your thoughts or whatnot.
Sure.
So it goes in kind of numerical order here. So it says 2 years since Fortnite launched, the Battle Royale game mode that is one of the biggest things on the planet, is even younger, having arrived in September 2017.
That doesn't seem possible at all. That just
Yeah,
it seems like Fortnite's been around for a long time. I wonder if that's just the
and
battle royale
that's
portion.
just the battle royale portion. So
Okay.
the actual like game, which I actually I don't even really know how the actual game works. I've never seen it. Was out for a few years before that, and then 2 years. September 2017 was when they launched the battle royale mode.
Yeah, there's some tower defense elements. It's not quite as interesting as the
Gotcha.
battle royale mode.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
So I'm going to skip a couple of these boring ones. So 13 is the minimum age to compete in the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
1,221 players counts banned in the first week of qualifiers for either using cheating software, teaming with competitors, and 196 who illegally played in multiple regions, which is interesting.
So the cheating software, that's funny for me. Of course, being my age demographic, I come from the world of Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. So what was the code? IDDQD for God mode or whatever.
Oh.
So what's interesting is that the cheating always seems to be a little more prevalent within the PC realm of gaming. And 20 years ago, I thought, boy, if there really was a competitive gaming market, consoles would make a lot more sense because there's less modification. You can avoid all those things. And I was way off on that one, so that was cool.
Well, you do see it in you do see it in console, but also in games like Counter-Strike, there's a lot of cheats and hacks and stuff
there's
that
tons,
you
yeah.
can find. So next number, 23,000 is the number of seats at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, which has a higher capacity than Madison Square Garden, and the entire 3-day event was sold out for the Fortnite World Cup.
That's incredible.
That was actually my first question. I don't know. I was confused why it wasn't at Madison Square Garden because I thought that was just the premier, space to have something at. I didn't realize that Arthur Ashe was actually a larger arena.
Yeah, so I think MSG holds, I want to say 19,000. I think it's slightly smaller. I know there's traffic issues with that compared to Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Gotcha.
Just from other events that have happened there, I've been kind of familiar with. Also, I wonder just the aesthetic. I mean, there's a little more. I mean, MSG is MSG, right? I mean, the Knicks, so many great traditional sports moments in that building.
Right.
But just some of the, Arthur Ashe Stadium, just see the picture here on the laptop. I mean, it really is, it's a beautiful facility. So I wanted to thought with the wide shots, with the big screens they had up, that was very impressive.
Yeah, looking at the empty stadium, I'll put the picture on the screen. It makes sense why they had it there, and obviously it had a larger capacity.
Yeah, I agree.
$50,000 was the amount guaranteed for every single person that qualified for the World Cup.
There was a time not that long ago that 50,000 would be the grand prize.
Right. Not too many years back, that would be a grand prize.
Yeah,
and people would freak out over.
Yeah, you can count that in months pretty easily as opposed to years when the grand prize would be 50 grand.
Yeah. Going into the next day, $1 million was the prize awarded each week of the qualifying rounds. So there's 10 qualifying rounds. They awarded $1 million each of them.
That's incredible.
So this next stat I actually feel like is a little bit wrong. So it says 1.5 million viewers for last year's Pro-Am tournament. With Ninja and DJ Marshmallow. They tried to recreate it this year, but viewership dropped 72%. That's not true at all. They peaked over 2 million concurrent viewers. I think it's talking specifically about the Pro-Am, and the Pro-Am was the first day of the 3-day event, and so people just weren't as tuned into that. So I guess that makes sense, but that's very misleading. The tournament pulled in an incredible amount of viewers.
Now Ninja, obviously, I'm familiar with. I've heard of DJ Marshmallow, but I was thinking that the Pro-Am last year, the big event there was Ninja playing with Drake. Is that a different event? Am I getting this confused?
That was just a live stream.
Okay.
They did an event. So the Pro-Am is when you take celebrities and match them with
Gotcha.
Professionals or full-time gamers and whatnot. Maybe Drake did go to the big event that broke viewership on Ninja's channel was when Drake played with him online. That was a separate thing, but maybe because of that he did go. I don't remember.
Gotcha. Okay.
How that event actually played out last year.
And that's brilliant to take the whole Pro-Am idea from golf and apply it to esports. That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
A lot of it is a lot of it does mimic golf in a lot of ways.
It really does. It's very true.
So we got $3 million was obviously the top prize for both solos and duos in the weekend event. There was, let's see here. So it compares it in golf. Tiger Woods took the top prize of $2 million at the Masters. So a 16-year-old walked away with 33% more prize money than Tiger Woods.
How interesting.
22 million is the number of subscribers that Ninja has, the most popular Fortnite player in the world. But despite his prestige, he failed to qualify for either solos or duos in the World Cup, which is interesting, but also makes sense. You're not always going to the players that are the most entertaining and get the viewers are not always going to be the players that are the absolute best. It's just not how it works.
Absolutely.
And that's actually something I want to talk about in a little bit. We'll get back to that one. So $30 million was the total prize pool awarded at the World Cup. 40 million is the players who participated in qualifiers hoping to make it. 100 million is the amount of prize money they gave out over the course of 2019. 250 million is the number of Fortnite players since it's launched in 2017, which is insane.
That is insane.
So $1 billion is the estimated revenue that the esports industry will generate this year, which will be the first year we do that. But more impressively, $3 billion is the profit Epic Games brought in over 2018 from Fortnite.
That's a lot of skins.
$3 billion.
That's
yeah,
a lot of pickaxes. I want to go back real quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. Back to the 250 million players. So that's going to be up there in terms of user database sizes. That's going to be one of the largest that there is. So, I mean, Facebook has like 4 billion users or something like that. But that's got to be similar to, probably not quite as big. Twitter's probably 1 billion or 2 billion users or something.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's up there as far as
it's going to be top
people.
20, top 15 in terms of user database and networks. And
top 1% for sure.
Top 1%
There
for sure.
can't be that many that have 250 million. You're right. That is insane.
It's bigger than Friendster. We know that for sure.
Do they beat out MySpace, though? And then the final one's $15 billion is Epic Games' current evaluation after raising $1.25 billion last fall.
That's
part
awesome.
of that including the purchase of Rocket League and the Rocket League Championship Series.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so that was some quick stats on what's going on with Fortnite, which is crazy.